Lead again to DeFrance, and DeFrance squirms his way up to the 50. He'll be short of the first down by about a half yard. Bill Mitchell drilled him out at that point. Second down, a yard to go. Saskatchewan.
Second down and
ball at their 50-yard line. 10.5 minutes left to play in this third quarter, and the Roughriders are down by 14. Washington, the ball carrier, and he struggles his way for the first down, so the Roughriders put back-to-back first downs together. Darrell Wilson was there to bring down Mike Washington, but he picked up a couple of yards, and he needed less than one. Riders have come out running the ball more in this third quarter than they did in the entire first half.
First and 10 from the 52-yard line.
Adams' pass is complete to Dwight Edwards, and Edwards steps out with another first down around the Toronto 45, making the catch in front of Leroy Paul. The gain is 13 yards.
Well, the Argonauts know that every time Dwight Edwards gets his hands on the football, he has the potential and the ability to go all the way. That time, a full blitz by the Argonauts, bringing all three linebackers, Leroy Paul, man-to-man coverage, giving and respecting the speed of Dwight Edwards.
Adams over the middle, and it is complete to Washington. And Washington gets to about the 37. He'll be short of the first down, but he gets close to 7 or 8 yards before Darrell Nicholson, number 72, the middle linebacker, made the stop. This has been a nice drive, though. They didn't panic. They just went about it systematically, and they've moved the ball all the way down inside the Toronto 40.
Well, you know, Pat, a year ago, Joe Adams might have tried to force that ball into one of his wide receivers or inside receivers. That time, just dump it off to the back and get your 8 yards. Good first down play.
Adams' pass complete to Stu Fraser. He'll have another first down. Don Rose rode him down roughly, but the little guy hung out of the ball. And what a night it's been for Stu Fraser. He's caught 6 for a total of 68 yards.
Well, Fred Fleming has captured Stu Fraser on an isolation shot here. Just a quick out pattern, 2nd and 2. That's all you need. And a good throw by Joe Adams, wide side of the field. That's a long way.
Seven completions in a row, 5 in this drive for quarterback Joe Adams. And that time the throw is low, but Edwards was able to scoop it up at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 12 yards and another Saskatchewan first down.
Joe Faragelli told me yesterday that Dwight Edwards has become much more consistent catching the football this year. That time a great adjustment, sliding on the ground, cushioning the ball in his chest. A good catch to pick up a well-needed first down.
An impressive drive by the Riders, who have fallen behind by 14 points. I think I was number 66 in that one. This is Washington fighting and scratching his way inside the 15, but there is a flag on the play. And the procedure penalty will be called on the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Well, mistakes hindering the Saskatchewan offense last week. A touchdown reception by Ron Robinson was called back due to a holding penalty, and this has to be a concern because when you get down in scoring territory like this, you just cannot have those mistakes.
Jim Mann's number 26.
Saskatchewan number 61, first down.
61 is Brian Ellerbrun, their right tackle. Jim Mann's number 26 is into the ball game. Greg Feger, number 2, is out. On 1st and 15, Roughriders. Adams in a lot of trouble, but gets away from it. And really, he did a very professional job in, first of all, eluding the rush, and secondly, the rush, incidentally, of the free safety, Ken McEachran, who blitzed in there, and then he just got rid of the ball to save the loss of yardage.
Good call, Pat. Ken McEachran coming on that safety blitz and really took the Rough Rider offense by surprise, came in totally free, and Joe Adams did a good job just to get that ball away and save the loss.
So it is 2nd and 15. Rough Riders, the ball at the Toronto 25. We've played half of this third quarter. Adams again in trouble, and McEachran gets him this time. The first sack of the ball game goes to former Saskatchewan great Ken McEachran. He just missed him last time, but he got to the Saskatchewan quarterback this time for a loss of 14 yards.
That's a big play for the Toronto Argonauts just when it appeared as though the Roughriders were getting themselves back into this ball game. Ken McEachran comes up with an outstanding defensive play. As Pat said, missed on the previous one. That time, no miss there.
Bill?
If you notice now, Terry Greer's getting washed down. Well, not really washed down. What he's getting is a little mosquito repellent, they hope. The big dive bombers are out, and every one of the Argos is getting the mosquito repellent. I'm going to ask if I can have some.
Ridgway's field goal is good from 46 yards. Well, that'll give them a little impetus. Ridgway's 46-yard field goal closes the gap to 11 points. And so with the score, Toronto 25, Saskatchewan 14. We'll be back in just a moment. It is Toronto 25, Saskatchewan 14 with 6 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the third quarter. I'm Pat Marsden with Leif Pedersen and Bill Stevenson. We're here at Taylor Field, Regina, with more than 25,000 screaming Rough Rider fans who want to see their defense come up big, but on that occasion, Terry Greer was able to outduel Billy McBride for the ball. The Argos pick up 16 yards and a first down.
Well, that is the prime execution of the run-and-shoot offense. Just a quick short roll by Conrad Holloway, quick slant pass pattern by Terry Greer. Very difficult to defend against.
First down for the Toronto Argonauts in this third quarter, despite the fact that they've scored a touchdown on the fumble recovery by Leroy Paul. Holloway just dives across midfield and picks up very close to 5 yards.
He certainly had to do a lot of running tonight, Pat. I'm sure a lot more than Bob Abilovich would like him to, but when the receivers are covered, you don't have much choice.
Scott McGee has got to be sitting in Hamilton right now saying, why did they cut me in place of Ken Taylor? They haven't thrown the ball to Taylor yet. I could have done that.
Well, you're right. We heard about the speed in the hands, but we haven't had a chance to find out.
Pass bounces in front of Terry Greer. And Holloway obviously showing his disgust as he walks off the field. But it will give the Rough Riders an opportunity to get another drive going.
If you play for the Blue Jays, I'd call that an error.
Why have they created a little excitement across the country?
They sure have. Toronto's really hopping. The Blue Jays just provided us with just some tremendous entertainment.
And, of course, you can see them now till the end of the season here on CTV. Boy, Olisic is just a tremendous punter. Let's see where he drove this one out. They rule that he kicked it out of bounds inside the goal area, so it will be a single point. Hank was aiming it, of course, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, but he'll have to be content with the single point for a 26-14 lead for the Argos. And you know, a lot of players playing in the CFL have come from junior football programs across Canada. And right now, we'd like to tell you about some games that are going to happen in various areas tomorrow. For instance, at 8 o'clock in Windsor, it'll be Montreal at Windsor. And then Burlington will play against London at 1 o'clock. And Oshawa will play in Ottawa at 1 o'clock. And all those games take place tomorrow. And I don't know if that's what it said on the graph, but that's what it says on the information sheet we were given. So find out if there's a junior football game in your area and go out and support them.
Pat, on the sidelines right now at the Argonaut bench, it is Joe Barnes throwing the ball. He will be going in. The hand of Condredge Holloway is hurting him too much. He's unable to grip and throw the ball, and so Condredge is out of the ball game.
Well, Joe Barnes did a good job last week coming in when Holloway was knocked out with that hand injury. Did an excellent job against the Argonauts, and not only the hand bothering, it looks as though he's rubbing on some of that mosquito repellent as well.
On second and short yardage, the Saskatchewan Roughriders just hang on to it, pick up the necessary yardage, and have a first down outside their 45-yard line. Bill?
Condredge Holloway, tell us about the hand.
it's just I can't grip the ball. It's just very painful, and I've gotten a few shots on it today. And I mean, why should I go out and maybe hinder the team when we got a guy capable as Joe Barnes to play? So I just think it's best that Joe plays.
One of the great strengths of the club is having two quarterbacks such as yourself and Joe.
That's true, and I don't have like any confidence in Joe. I'm glad to see him play, but I just wish I could play, but I just can't play.
So we'll see Joe Barnes next time Toronto gets the ball, but right now Dwight Edwards has given the Saskatchewan Roughriders yet another first down. At the Toronto 51-yard line, Ken McEachran was there to force him out of bounds.
We have to admire the strength of the arm of Joe Adams. That was a long throw, a deep out pattern, and he's got a real rifle. He earns that name 747, honestly.
Okay, let's bring you up to date on the time. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Toronto 26, Saskatchewan 14. Riders on the move again. Adams throw, no good. Looking for Stu Fraser.
Pass attempt for Stu Fraser, incomplete.
Well, it just goes back to what Joe Farragelli told us yesterday at the press conference. He said it's really been the inconsistency of his quarterbacks that's hurt the offense as much as anything. The previous play, an excellent throw by Joe Adams. That time, a very poor throw.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10, Saskatchewan, with the ball at the Toronto 51. Adams throws, this time right on the money to Ron Robinson. He has the first down. Darrell Wilson makes the tackle. The ball will be spotted inside the 40-yard line for a pickup of 12. But that was such an astute observation that you made. There has been very little consistency in Adams, and yet when he does deliver the ball on the target, he looks sensational doing so.
I think often, Pat, if we watch him closely, he throws off his back foot sometimes, and that gets him into problems. That time, he stepped up into the pocket. He knew he had to give a good delivery. Good coverage by Darrell Wilson. Nice throw.
First down, Riders. Adams in trouble, delivers for Fraser, but the pass was too low and goes incomplete.
The pass intended for Stu Fraser is incomplete.
I think this replay will illustrate what I just said. If we could get a good look at Joe Adams, he's going to take a hit here, but really throws off his back foot. He doesn't get comfortable, and when you're throwing that out pattern, you have to follow through. I think with Lyle Wozniacki coming into your face mask, might make you do that, though.
I suspect it would. 2nd and 10, Riders. The ball just inside the Toronto 40 with 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Toronto ahead by 12. Adams pass again. Low and in the dirt in front of Ron Robinson. Dave Ridgway will come on, and it's certainly within his range.
Now, once again, we keep repeating ourselves, but really the inconsistency of Joe Adams at this point. Ron Robinson is wide open, will no doubt have a first down, but just a horrible throw. And I don't know what you do if you're head coach Joe Farragelli. He's been so sporadic tonight. When he's been good, he's been very good. And what do? Do you warm up John Huffnagel?
Let me tell you what to do. You change quarterbacks if you listen to the fans, because the Boo Birds are out there booing heavily, or where, following that pass.
Well, Huffnagel's on the sidelines, got the jacket off, so you never know.
The field goal is good by Ridgway. That one came from 46.5 yards. His previous one was 46. So Dave Ridgway comes through with back-to-back field goals. And now, with 1:57 left to play in the third quarter, it is Toronto 26, Saskatchewan 17. We'll be back in just a moment.
One of the biggest threats as far as the Argos are concerned is Hank Olisic, but he has pulled a hamstring and undoubtedly will not be punting. Carinci has been warming up.
Joe Barnes has been warming up, and he's in the ball game. His pass intended for Alonzo Patterson was there, but Patterson took a tremendous hit. And Steve Dennis jarred him loose from the ball.
Good call, Pat. Steve Dennis from his cornerback position leads his man and comes over and just unloads on Alonzo Patterson. And boy, oh boy, what a great defensive play he made. He's a veteran. He knows how to play out there.
I'll tell you, really, football is not a fair game. The Argos have controlled the ball for only 3 minutes in this third quarter, yet they have a touchdown. Saskatchewan controlled it for over 10, and all they have is 2 field goals. The pass intended for Terry Greer is broken up by Billy McBride. Greer is still down on the field. Now he gets up. I think he was just a little infuriated.
Well, I think maybe he felt he should have made that catch, but you could just feel maybe the momentum shifting a little bit towards the Saskatchewan Roughriders. There's just over a minute left in the third quarter, but if the Saskatchewan offense could ever drive the football down and come up with a touchdown, we'd be really in for an exciting fourth quarter.
Well, you get the feeling that that certainly is within the realm of possibility. Carenci's punt. Not too deep. Fraser allows it to bounce, picks it up at his 32-yard line, and is dropped right at that point. 43 yards with the bounce. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders will begin just outside their 30. We've got 57 seconds left to play in the third quarter. It is Toronto 26, Saskatchewan 17. And there's the man that Bill Stevenson was talking about, a fellow that most people would agree was the biggest off-season acquisition by any team in the CFL, Hank Olisic, who came over to the Argos from the Edmonton Eskimos and is generally regarded as certainly the best punter in the CFL and one of the best in football anywhere. Stu Fraser makes the reception again. You've got to love that kid. He just never drops the football.
Well, for someone who's not really considered a threat in that receiving corps, he's certainly done an admirable job tonight in the second quarter. He was the one who set up their first touchdown, and Mike Washington here in the third quarter doing a fine job running those out patterns. In fact, I think every pass he's caught tonight has been on the out.
Stu had caught 8 passes coming into this ball game, and as you see, he has caught 7 tonight for a season total of 15.
That's a great night.
First down, Riders from the 43. Adams pass complete to Ronnie Robinson. Oh, nice move by Robinson. Mind you, he only picked up an additional 4 yards, but it shows that he's in the ball game, that the Saskatchewan offense is in the ball game. That's what they need, somebody to spark them. Fraser and Robinson trying to do it right now.
Hey, I like this move coming up. Not only a good pass pattern, good throw by Adams. Watch this move here. This is some athletic ability. Little dipsy-doodle, nice little pirouette. Let's pick up 5 more yards, and listen to these fans. They're getting excited because their Roughriders are on the move.
I guess they're on the move. They're down to the Toronto 51.5-yard line. Adams' pass is caught by Christopher France inside the 35-yard line. However, there is a flag on the play. The initial indication is holding Saskatchewan.
Just as we talked about, the Saskatchewan Roughriders have hurt themselves not only tonight but in past ball games with mistakes and penalties. A great reception by Christopher France will be wiped out, what apparently is going to be a holding penalty.
Holding. Saskatchewan number 68. First down.
Laurie